All right, so we're going to do a pod review on the Marconi Purple Pepper. Now, unfortunately, the plant is all the way in the back, and I can't show it to you because I simply can't get back there. But in general, it's a regular leaf plant, smooth stem. There's no hairs on it. It's a regular annum type of a plant. Very, very consistent with that. And maybe if you're lucky, you can see it right back here. And that's it on the plant. Now, I've been growing this plant now for 2 years, and I haven't had a whole lot of luck with it. A couple of them died throughout the winter, and so this one lived, and I just, for some reason, I stuck it all the way in the back. You got to remember, when I put all these peppers in here, I wasn't planning on which one's going where or anything like that. Normally, I kind of place them based on what I think that I want the pepper plant to do. I just kind of threw everything in here because I was selling, when I first put my house up for sale, I didn't know if it was going to sell right away. And if it did, I would have to move everything again anyway. So I really didn't care. I just kind of threw everything in here. Though I kind of do that anyway. But this year, I really threw it in there. I didn't even really plan anything. I didn't even, there's all different pot sizes, spaces around it. But they all did generally pretty good. So let's get in there. This plant looks pretty healthy. It looks like a pretty decent plant, so I'll probably winter it over again, keep it going. But here it is. This is the Marconi, Purple Marconi. Now, it's not a Purple Marconi giant. There is a giant Marconi, and I do grow the red giant Marconi, and believe me when I tell you, that pepper gets absolutely enormous. I've had one get as long as my arm. And they can get very, very large. Now, the regular Marconis are generally a carrot-shaped pepper that normally don't get too much bigger than 6 inches. And a lot of times you'll get a lot much smaller ones, very similar to this size. So this is probably a typical size for this pepper, though I do believe it's not fully ripe. So it's really hard to tell, but I can see like right here, a little bit of green on there. That tells me that it didn't change over to red inside of it. So this is still going to be a green pepper in general with a purple skin. And generally green peppers with a purple skin on it usually don't have a very good taste on it. It's not like eating a green bell pepper. This is a little different. This one's going to taste very bland, almost no flavor, and it's just not going to have a lot going for it. It just, purple peppers, they don't taste good until they're fully ripe, and then you get some flavor out of them once they're fully ripe. And you know they're fully ripe because you'll see patches of red in there. You'll know that it's pretty much ready. All right, so this is what it looks like. Purple Marconi. It's definitely purple. You can see the purple tinge in it. It's not brown or anything. I could show you brown peppers. But it's definitely purple, and it's a beautiful one. All right, so let's turn you around and give it a go. All right, guys, here we are again, doing another pod review, and this time it is on the Purple Marconi. So we got ourselves a pretty decent one here. And this came off a 2-year-old plant, which never really developed because I just didn't put it in the sunlight by itself. And a pepper like this, which is usually a larger variety of pepper, you really don't want to crowd those out at all, or you almost get no peppers off them. So the bigger the pepper is, the more sunlight and more space it needs. The smaller the pepper is, the more it likes to grow in groups with other plants, and does just fine. You'll still get it, even if you only got like half of what you should get, you're still going to end up with a ton of peppers, even though you're growing them in a very tight space with small size peppers. When you get to the big ones, they need regular room and plenty of room so they can drop these big ones. So anyway, here it is, and this is what it looks like. Flat shaped and gnarly and nice and purple. But let's give it a bite and see if there's any flavor on this one. My anticipation is that it's not going to have any flavor at all because it's just simply not ripe enough for flavor. But we'll give it a go anyway and see where we stand with it. The most incredible thing about this is that crispy crunchiness. Wow, every bite snapped. There was not one part of this that was soft or chewy in any way. Every single bite was crunchy, like chewing on celery or something. That was a really interesting effect. It was very nice. I like that a lot. It did have flavor. Here's the inside. You can see the inside is, get you in the light. You can see the inside is green, and the very outside skin is black. Almost looks like eggplant. It had a flavor to it, very mild, no sweetness at all, but it was nice. It had like a green bell pepper type flavor, but not exactly tasting like green bell pepper. It was more mild than green bell pepper, but it did have a flavor. It was very smooth and easy to eat. There was really no tanginess in it at all, and it was just very nice, to tell you the truth. Let me take another bite. You can hear that crunchiness. A little bit of sweetness up here. Definitely very nice, very enjoyable. Doesn't taste like a green bell pepper in any way. Very slightly a peppery flavor, but not really. And the flavor is like very mild, very pleasant on the palate. It's nothing weird about it. You're not going to have a struggle with it. Very palatable, very easygoing. You could probably use this for anything. I'm sure if you let it ripen up, it's going to get sweet. I like it a lot. I like this a real lot. Wow. I'm enjoying this. Looks like there's enough seeds in there I'll be able to get something off it, you know. I would definitely recommend growing it. There's no heat on it at all. It was very nice flavored, very palatable. That crispiness, the most exotic thing about this particular variety of pepper, the wall thickness wasn't very thick, and the crispiness just snapped. As soon as you bit into it, it was like an explosion of crispness. There wasn't any part of that pepper that wasn't palatable. The skins broke up with every bite. In other words, a lot of times when you eat peppers, the flesh is softer than the skin, so when you're chewing it up, the flesh disappears right away, and you're left with nothing but the skins, and those little skins you got to break up, and a lot of times it gets stuck to the roof of your mouth, and it's very annoying. This was not like that. The skin broke with the flesh every single bite. It was chewed up very evenly, very nicely. Very, very nice. If you're really looking for a bell pepper type bell pepper flavor, well, this wouldn't be the one for you. This one's mild in flavor. Now, will it taste the same thing when they ripen? It's probably going to get more of a fruity flavor to it, and it'll develop more of a red pepper type flavor, but there's no heat on it, so don't worry about that. But you're going to get decent sized peppers on it, and they'll be nice and purple, and you'll probably get anything from the shape I just showed you to a regular full size carrot shape. They don't often flatten. It really depends on their growing environment, but definitely give that one a grow. Again, if I have enough seeds, I'll offer them online. I'm not sure if I'm going to offer seeds this year for it, but I will grow it again next year. Hopefully I'll have a larger space for me to grow in, and then we can grow it to its fullest potential. But for now, we have to just live with what we got. So that was it. That was your pod review for the Purple Marconi. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Take care.